4D. Grandfather. The parchment sat tidily on the desk. No evidence was visible of the turmoil penned earlier that day, relieving myself of Paisley to the Norfolk's home. It was a hard decision to make. I'd grown fond of the children in the last few months, but the memory of my love was too strong. I paced back and forth, conflicted still over the decision. If Paisley were to thrive and embrace herself, she would need more support at her back, and she could have that at the Cove. It was not unknown to me that young Fenton was smuggling in any and all material to Paisley on Magus Power. He was a true friend, that boy. However, continuing to embrace the Magus way in this household was not tolerated. Paisley would have everything that she needed at the Cove, and the resources needed to be raised respectfully. Alira and Cadence would have some difficulty with the transition. Losing their mother was hard enough, but to relocate Paisley on top of it would surely put a damper on the mood. Alira had made some progress around the home and really taken up herblore studies. A chip off the old block, that girl. She would report daily about her new findings for some herb or another in medicinal or nutritious ways. Their mother would be so proud. The garden seemed to thrive as of late, a truly beautiful collection of flora, fruits, vegetables, and herbs. It was about time to go visit the garden again for my nightly walk. There was just one more thing that needed to be taken care of. I sat down again at the desk and pulled out another sheet of parchment, ready to pen my quarterly letter. My dearest, on this, the eve of the last day of autumn, I have made preparations for Paisley to reside with a friend. Her powers have manifested, and she has managed to subdue the flames independently. I have no doubt that you would love these children with all your heart should you return. Alira continues to show her mother's strengths daily in both herblore and cooking, and Cadence is growing steadily. She rolls over and should be crawling soon enough. I must seek your help, Tien. Should you hear my words, I ask that you would help me locate a goddess. Mrs. Norfolk apprised me of the real happenings during the autumnal equinox, where my daughter had perished. Apparently, 2 children were born that night, a son and a daughter. Tenebra has absconded with our grandson Alistair, and I wish to seek him out. This information is yet to be known by the children. I do not wish to burden them with it until answers have been found. I could surely use your help in this matter. I am here should you lend some aid. I wish you were here to see the family we have made. I am ill-equipped to appreciate this responsibility on my own. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, know that you are always welcome back home. The gods know we could use you here. Yours always, Eldridge. I folded the missive and sealed it in wax, ready for transport, then headed out to the forest to leave it. The forest rang with songs of the night creatures. The familiar hum of energy was about that one would feel from a nearby colony of fairies. Each visit would leave me with a foreboding all over again as I remembered my love, Tien. I reached the tree with the hollow alcove at its boughs. Tien and I would stash hidden letters for one another while she was away with the colony. Leaving the note hidden away in the nook, I carefully made my way to the gardens to clear the wild thoughts running rampant inside. Unlike the wild and mystical feel of the forest, the gardens had a stately calm to them. Flowers of every kind could be seen in full bloom, while food and herb were also sprouting. The little bench requested by the girls really made a wonderful resting spot. I would sit out here for hours observing the progress made. It was so easy for the girls to break through and get under my guard. Years of solitude and barriers were broken in a matter of weeks. They were my grandchildren, I suppose. It was tragic that Paisley would be drawn into the Magus world. Nothing good ever came out of it. 2 family members had already lost their lives, and a third abducted. It was so hard to take in, especially now that I felt for these children. A clear path was not readily available. Perhaps Tien would offer up some assistance, though her letters were not so common anymore. Whatever her reasons for abandoning the family were, it was still unclear, though it must be of some importance. I stood to head back, old bones and joints creaking in doing so. The walk back to the manor was pensive. Thoughts of all the children running around inside separately. Thoughts of Tien, thoughts even of myself and my choices started festering. It would be a long winter ahead, and I feared the worst was yet to come.